Hello and welcome to the great outdoors, and here we are in the Brecon beacons. We're just about to start hiking up towards Penny Fan, where we're hoping to do a wild camp. At present it is a tad windy, so we're going to have to find somewhere a little bit sheltered. Kelly, I'm going to turn you around now, is filtering some water to take up with us because we used most of the water when we were doing the Four Waterfalls walk, so we're refilling at the moment. This will be the first time Kelly's actually used the filter herself. I've used it on 2 occasions. How's the water? Is it quite cold?
Funnily enough, yes. Very cold.
We're using the Sawyer filter. It's not the Sawyer Mini, it's the normal one, the original. We just got that one at the time because when we needed one, it happened to be the cheapest and the one that we could get quickest. So, but it works, it does the job, and it works quick. Despite what people say, people suggest that the Sawyers are really slow, but I mean, we've done 2 litres of water in just a couple of minutes, so I would suggest that's fairly fast. But anyway, we're going to get our bags back on and then we're going to start walking up, and I'll bring you back in a bit. do any more videoing because you can probably hear it's absolutely peeing it down. We just managed to get both the tents up in time and jump in the tents. It's now 10:15. None of us have had any food. The problem is with the size of the bags, there's not really very much room in our little area at the front to cook anything. So I think we're just going to go to bed hungry. Yeah, and it's supposed to rain the entire night and all morning, so that's going to make it really great for tidying up. And there's also been thunder and lightning. To be fair, we've pitched on a bit of a slope, so we're literally sliding out the door of the tent. We've just literally thrown everything in the vestibule area at the front, so you, pretty much can't even get out of the tent. Yeah.
But we're not wet.
We're not wet at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Both our bags are probably getting a bit wet because where they're pushed against the side of the vestibuled area, and obviously there's a space between that. As far as we're aware, everything's inside the tent. Did you get the trekking poles in?
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't really know what we're going to do at the moment. It's windy as well, which doesn't help. It's proper windy. As the wind does seem to have calmed a little bit since the rain started to come down. Yeah. I kind of need a wee.
So do I.
Oh, right, yeah, and I think so does my cousin Marie in the other tent. She literally got straight in the tent and said, I need to go to the toilet. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I should imagine for their first wild camp, it's not the best. I mean, we are camping on a mountain. Joe, he said he'd like to camp near like a river, sound the water. Well, there is actually like a little sort of stream directly sort of below us. You can't hear it. Well, I mean, he's got the sound of the water coming out of the sky. I suppose the only plus point is that it's actually quite warm in the tent. As for what we're going to exactly do, whether we're going to try and get changed into our pyjamas, I don't, our night gear, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know, because with us all needing to go to the toilet, it's not ideal. Yeah. But to actually lay our heads down to sleep.
so he didn't record when we went to bed. But to be fair, after our last recording, we literally went to bed about 2 or 3 minutes after that. It was an interesting night. It was few and far between where we could actually camp because it was getting dark and it looked like it was going to rain. We were in a bit of a rush. And the area we picked was very much on slope. So the whole night you spent dragging your sleep mat and everything back up the tent, which wasn't ideal. It literally peed down all night. There was thunder, lightning, the wind was relentless. But we did stay dry inside the tent, and the tent did stay up. So it's not too bad. The tent we're in is a Euro height DLX2, I think it is. So it's not a cheap tent, it is a budget tent. You can buy it online, you can buy it in Millets, Blacks, you can also buy it in Go Outdoors, but I don't know, do recommend it. It's not the lightest of tents, but it was rather windy last night. Into the weather forecast, gusts up to, I think it was like 30 something mile an hour. But yeah, but got a very small amount of sleep. Kelly got a little bit. Joe and Marie next to us, I think they got a little bit, but yeah, pulling your sleep mat up wasn't really ideal. I mean, I didn't even get changed into what I would class as my sleep clothing, my thermals, because I was actually hot when I got in the tent. I was warm most of the night other than my feet. Possibly would have been better off putting my thermal socks on. I know Kelly had thermal booties on. She said her feet were warm. She's out of the tent at the moment filming the mist rolling over the mountains. Obviously we didn't make it all the way up to Penny Fan, because yeah, it was just getting too late. But anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit when we start to sort of pack away a bit.
Along it after a long walk.
Oh yeah.
Only problem is I think this might have been too light for that anyway. Does that windshield work?
Mm-hmm.
Just before I went to sleep, about 11:30.
I did twice.
And that's where I got really cold when I popped out.
I got out twice to go for a piss.
Well, I woke up about 3 and really needed one.
I've needed one in there for this morning since I think when I looked at the clock it was about 1 and the rain finally stopped. Hello and welcome back. I've already started packing down in the tent, as you'll see when I pan in. Packed all the sleep mats up, sleeping bags, things like that. Kelly very kindly made us coffee and breakfast, so thanks for that. We're using our new little windshield here, a little Outkit one, which is quite cool. It's quite small, lightweight. I think it's going to do a good job for us. It's quite happy with that. Got that in the out kit shop. I'll show you around our camp and where we were camping. I'll just turn you around now. Right, well this is the tent we were staying in. As I said, it's the Euro Hike, Backpacker 2 DLX. Well, it was windy as I said, and it's still here. You've got a reasonable sized vestibule area in the front. When you've got two big rucksacks in it, it does swallow it up a bit, but you've got little windows in the side as well. Ventilation you've got on this side, I'll take you around the back. You've got one here as well. As you can see, I don't think we fully tightened up the back of the tent enough, to be fair, but that might have partially something to do with the wind. Plus the grass is exceptionally long here, so it's quite hard to get it to sit completely flat, but in all honesty it weren't sitting flat anyway because we kept sliding towards the front. This is the tent that Joe and Marie were using. It's a Glurt tent. There's Joe after his first experience, and they're packing away inside. There's Marie. Say hello to the camera.
Hello, camera.
They were in the Glurt Rocky 2 tent. This is our first wild camp tent that we've used, that we had. Again, considering how windy it is, it's still here, it hasn't blown away. There's not as much ventilation on this one. You've just got a vent just here. But again, everyone was dry inside, water didn't come in, and if you'd have heard how wet it was, it's quite surprising. And this is the views we've got down into this gully with like a stream running along it. Penny Fan is actually up there. You can't see it at all, it's far too cloudy, but is up there somewhere. As you can see, it's quite cloudy and misty, but quite cool. And our car is parked the other side of what you might just be able to see, that little forest area there. Our car is parked literally right the other side of that, a bit further that way. But beautiful views. Not bad for our first mountain camp. Would have been nice if we could sit outside, but we literally just got the tents up and then it just literally started chucking it down. So, but plus point is we did get the tents up and we did get in before it chucked it down, so that was good. I'll bring you back in a bit when we start taking down the tents. Maybe I'll do a time lapse of us taking them down and then bring you back after that. Hello and welcome back. We've just all now packed up and we're going to start the hike back to the car. As is always good practice for any wild camper, leave no trace other than some flat grass. These drop-ins aren't ours. They would be sheep that obviously decided that they wanted to try and get in the tent last night, but yeah, leave no trace. We're going to be heading out across there to the main path and then heading all the way down to there. I'll bring you back when we get back to the car.
think it's because not sleeping. When we were driving through the apartment a couple of months ago, we looked at
welcome back. We're back here at the car. Car's just literally just down there. We're going to end the video here. Congratulations to Marie and Joe for doing their first wild camp, and boy, I'd say it was a bit of a wild one. Did you both enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good. It was.
yes. Glad we done it.
It was loud, but fun.
Well, there we go. Anyway, if you could like and subscribe to the video, and any comments are always welcome, and look forward to seeing you all in the next adventure. Bye for now.